Welcome back to the Commanders Declassified podcast, your home for all things Washington Commanders. First of all, we want to send a heartfelt thank you to all the nearly 4,000 of you that checked us out on YouTube last week and all the folks that tuned into the audio platforms. We appreciate you greatly. This week, we got something great for you. We're going to pull up some of the film, air quotes, YouTube compilations of the top four quarterbacks in the draft this year. We're going to go through it live, give our reactions to what we're seeing, and give you some opinions and thoughts there as a collective. And then in the comment section, tell us what you think, what you're seeing, if you like what you see, and you disagree or agree with what we are saying. Now, all of us play some form of football. None of us play in the NFL. We'll just keep that in mind as we're watching this film. I'm going to cue up the film that we're going to start with. We're going to start with JJ McCarthy. Then we'll go to Drake Maye, Jayden Daniels, and then finish up with Caleb Williams. All of these clips are about 10 minutes. Full disclosure, I did not pick these cut-ups because they were any particular quality against any particular opponent. I just looked for things that were 10 minutes in length that we could get through on this episode. So JJ McCarthy against Maryland is up. And while I pull this up, Eric, where are you on JJ McCarthy as a whole?
This is actually the first game I really watched from him. And so I don't have a strong opinion. I know based on this game, I'm not high on him. And we'll kind of comment on why. I think he's got a lot going for him, but there are some things that he does that he's probably not a guy that I want starting in year one. Let's put it that way. I think he's got a lot of potential. There's a lot to work with there, but I don't think he's your day one franchise savior type of quarterback. I think he's going to have to grow into his role if he does that.
That makes sense. All right, I'm going to pull up this tape against Maryland. Fellas, can you see my screen? Ready to roll? Okay. Yep. Here we go. So I'm going to pause before we start because one of the things I look at is the formation and what the offense is intending to do. So this is a 3rd and 5 against Maryland. Again, these are supposed to be all of his throws. From a formation perspective on offense, you have trips left. The receiver on the inside is motioning to the top of the screen there. I believe that's number 6, if I can tell. Looks like on the bottom of the formation, you have a tight end, given the guy's size there. And then you have one back in the backfield. Defense looks like they're in a zone coverage there, single high safety, but that top corner is sort of going to bail out on the snap, I believe. So let's see what's happening, and we'll take it play by play and describe what we see. That receiver is continuing to motion out to the top, and McCarthy, boom, connects on the receiver for a 9-yard gain. What did you see from that play, Eric?
It was kind of choppy, but he does throw. JJ McCarthy throws a good ball he throws a good sideline ball. You'll see it throughout this entire game. He's very effective throwing outside the numbers. He's effective throwing outside the numbers, and this is no different. Decent ball placement, good strong arm. Throwing, being able to throw like a 10-yard out is pretty much as much. That's an NFL type of throw. This is an NFL concept in the offense. I mean, he had to read the defense and know what they were doing post snap. So I like this play. This is a good job.
Yeah. What I liked about it is he trusted his eyes. He knew what the matchup was going to be pre-snap, and then he stayed with it. He got the ball out relatively quickly, and it's a great throw to the sidelines. Now, look, if you're listening to the audio, it's going to be a little bit hard to keep up with this, but there is a receiver streaking up the middle, but I believe he's just there to occupy the defender to create space for this route. And there's another out coming behind him, but JJ looks like he made the right read on that throw. So I have no issues with the throw at all. It was a good ball placement. Good play, I say.
That's a long throw, too. That's thrown to the opposite sideline.
Absolutely. And that's not a throw everybody can make. One of the things with McCarthy is questioning about his arm strength. How good is his arm on that throw? It looked pretty good. All right. Mike, what are we seeing here with this formation on offense?
What is it? 1st and 10. We had a shotgun. Got 4 options. Somebody's in motion. I can't tell. Yeah, that's a receiver. towards the bottom of the screen in motion. It looks like something may come open down at the bottom of the screen, but I don't know. I guess we just got to wait and see.
Yeah, the Maryland defense is playing a ton of zone from watching this tape. They didn't really move out of it a lot.
Right.
And Michigan continuously runs this slot option or slot motion here throughout this tape. And you'll see McCarthy gets the snap. Look at it.
Oh, yeah, this one.
So the receiver wins off the slot guy on the right side of the formation, wins off the line. McCarthy identifies it almost immediately and then delivers a ball. Let's see what kind of ball he puts in place. Boom. Now, what do you guys think about this? Now, that ball hit the receiver in the hands, which was a pretty good throw. But what do you think about the decision considering that safety was lurking? Do you have any problems with the throw, Mike, at all? Or are you good with that?
The placement. So with those plays, it's tricky because you do want to hit the shot when it's there. And you sometimes you might not be contemplating the speed of the safety, so it's easily to say that's a setup ball, and McCartney probably shouldn't have threw it, or you could say that he threw it a little bit wide to the inside of the hash marks. But I think it's just one of those bang bang throws and catches that you really can't fault McCartney for setting them up, and I won't fault the safety for making the play because it looked like he did all he could to not lead with his helmet, but he still got the target and flag, and it's unfortunate. Not even as a Maryland fan, it's just unfortunate, period. But the actual pass, the read, I think everything was cool. I'm not going to fault McCarthy on that at all.
I hate everything about that play. Okay, so as a former receiver, I didn't play NCAA Division I, but high school Battlefield District's pretty close. So you said it yourself earlier when they're playing a ton of zone, the receiver needs to sit down. He does not. The receiver doesn't need to keep running. He needs to sit down because they're playing zone, and that's what happens. That said, McCarthy leads his guy right into a safety. Like if the receiver's not going to sit down, McCarthy needs to do his best to put the ball a little bit behind him to make him slow down at least. McCarthy, puts it out in front of him and just gets him blown up. And so I don't, there's mistakes. This wasn't a well-executed play, even though it was I don't know if he actually caught it, but he did. It was a good job holding on to the ball. So I'll give him that, but the receiver didn't do his job. The quarterback certainly didn't do the receiver any favors. I don't like this play at all. And it's a common theme in this game with McCarthy over the middle. He's not a good passer over the middle, at least in this game. A lot of mistakes, but
he can make the throws. It's just about
he can't make he struggles with the reads.
The right throw to make given the situation, right? And
like that play.
All right, we'll dial up next play. I think we're back at 1st and 10. We have play action going on here, and we're running the replay again. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. So 1st and 10. One receiver formation. Looks like they got a couple tight ends on the play and one back. McCarthy's going to go play action, and I'm willing to bet that one of these tight ends leaks out. That's what happens. McCarthy's looking over the middle. He had an option over the middle. He turned it down, and he's coming back to the tight end. What is this, about 7 yards downfield? And that ball is nearly picked off. So here's my take on this one. He saw something he liked. He decided he didn't like it, and then he tried to come back out to the out route underneath late, and that is never going to work out, right? So it's about, in this play for me, trusting your eyes. I don't have a problem with the decision, but make that decision quicker, right? As soon as you see that middle's not there, don't pump it and come back to the outside. That's a no-no, underneath especially, right? So a little bit of flawed execution on this play. Again, the one thing that you'll see with the Michigan offense that I don't absolutely love, that I think kind of limits McCarthy, is the route combinations that are here. Look at as you're going through this game, what do you see? There's a bunch of Maryland defenders around almost every receiver, right? And I don't like how they're setting up receivers to get open within the offense. I don't think that helps McCarthy a great deal, but this is a throw you absolutely cannot make, right? And you're down 3-0, and it's only the first quarter. That is too risky of a throw. Maryland should have had a pick. They didn't. They dropped it. And that's why they're Maryland and not Michigan. But
late and inside,
right.
never good. Never good on an out route.
First 10, three receiver formation. McCarthy is dropping back. Now, when he gets to the top of his drop, you have guys that appear to be open. You have a deep out up here at the top of at the bottom of the screen. Excuse me. You have a one-on-one matchup up top with the receiver. Looks like he's trying to beat his defender deep, and you have one of the running backs sitting in the flat in case McCarthy needs it. Let's see where he goes with his decision. That was like 3 pump fakes, and then he lets it fly. He trusts his arm. He lets it fly, and then he threw it into double coverage. So this is again, it's just a late decision, and then it's a ball that shouldn't be thrown because it's not open. It's not there, right? Eric, do you see anything on this play that you actually like?
No, not even a little bit. He's way late with a throw over the middle. If you're going to make that throw, and this is another thing that I noticed about him that he struggles with, you got to put some air under it. You got to get your guy to the back of the end zone. Now he's throwing, close to 45 yards here, or close to, 40 yards to the end zone. He needs to lead his guy into the end zone, put some air under it. McCarthy right now in this game, at least, like I said, this is really all I've watched of him intently, but everything's a fastball with him. He doesn't have a lot of touch on his passes. And this one, he tries to fire in 45 yards down the field into double coverage, and this is the result that you get. It's another middle of the field throw that he all game long struggled with here. This is tough. In this situation, if I'm the quarterback, I'm looking at that at around the 20-yard line, on the hash there. You've got a guy, I think he's breaking out. That's probably where I'm going to look. If not, I'm going to probably just take what I can get with my legs. Maybe you've got your check down to your back there for a yard or two at the top of the screen around the 30-yard line, but it's tough. The throw that you don't make is the one that JJ chose to make here.
Yeah. Maryland's sitting with their eyes on the quarterback the whole time, but there is zero pass rush. And I mean zero. There are only 3 down linemen. They're all stifled at the line. They got a lot of secondary and backers in coverage, but none of them are doing a particularly good job at this point in the play. The problem is when you get to your third pump, there's nothing left to do. So what do you have going on that you can not going to pick up the first down, but it's first down, right?
Yeah,
get 7 yards and get down.
First and 10.
Don't.
Yeah, if you see the all 22 there, you may see, like I said, a guy down at the bottom of the screen here maybe around the 20 or 15-yard line that may be open late, but it's hard to tell from this angle. But yeah, definitely don't throw it all the way to the end zone down the middle of the field into double coverage. That would be the last throw to make. Yeah, again, if you can layer that throw around the 15 or 20. But again, he's a fastball thrower. I don't know that he's got the touch to do that either.
I mean, that throw is there, though. And if you're going to be good in the NFL, that's a throw you have to make. Yeah. So that deep in route that's coming across the 15-yard line, the defender's probably 6 yards away from that receiver. So you got to be able to get that in there and drop that in the bucket. But he chose what is probably a safer throw for him, meaning that he doesn't have to layer the throw in there, as you said, Eric, and he can just chuck it deep. But this was just not a great decision here by JJ McCarthy. And you're right, Eric. The receiver at the bottom of the screen that we can't see because the film is sort of cut off. It looks like he's there either one-on-one or one on nobody. But he chose to go a different direction. So there goes that motion again that they like to use. So definitely some options there. We're going to fast forward a little bit into the game. Let's go here. Okay. So in this situation, there is a rusher coming from the outside. Single back again. They have a tight end, and it looks like 3 receivers, another receiver. They're using the same motion again. It's almost every play. I wonder if Harbaugh is going to take that to the Chargers or not. But anyway, so this is a pistol formation. McCarthy has Edwards in the backfield, and on the snap, they're going to do a little read option. The backer does not buy it. McCarthy hits him with a spin move and gets sacked there. So I don't know how much he could have done other than give the ball to the running back, which I think is probably what should have happened there.
Done, yeah.
That backer was not going for it, or that rusher was not going for it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go next play. So we got pistol formation again. There's 4 receivers in running routes here. It looks like the back is at least initially staying in the block. And let's see what happens here. Yep, that backer, the running back picks up a block. There's pressure coming from the other side. McCarthy bails on that throw. It looks like he's trying to go up top to the tight end. Mike, do you like him getting rid of the ball there?
Yeah, I was going to say I did not notice the pressure earlier when I watched this game on the play. I thought it was just a bad throw, but with the pressure being in his face, kind of did the best that he could to get the ball. Man, I'm gonna be real with you. Better receivers probably make that catch. I'm gonna just keep it real. I don't think the pass was that bad or that off target for incompletion. I really think I can't I really didn't see where it went, but it felt like the ball was close enough to the pylon where the receiver probably should have made the catch. And that's with the pressure in his face. So I actually like that throw.
Yeah. He put it to the outside where only the receiver could get it. That's what I like about it. I think the receiver trips. I think that's actually a tight end. I think he trips.
Okay. Honestly, if it's a tight end, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. I mean, considering the pressure, I don't have an issue with the throw. Again, they run a lot of the same concepts, play after play after play. But like you have a receiver breaking over.
Oh, and it was 4th down. I'm sorry, Ali. I didn't notice that either. It was 4th down. Like it was the best throw he could have made on 4th down.
He's got to get rid of it. Exactly. He can't just eat that. Now you could talk about should Michigan have kicked a field goal, but they knew that Maryland wasn't going to hang with them, so they were living on the edge there. All right, moving ahead. All right, so now we got a goal line, a red zone situation, which I like to evaluate. It looks like 2 receivers on the bottom, and then you got a receiver up top. Back in the backfield.
Crazy. I think this is the one.
The tight end's offset, and let's see what happens. All right, pistol formation. Let's see if they get a run fake here. There goes that motion again with that interior receiver rolling to the outside on almost a wheel route. Now look, McCarthy looks ready to throw. We're like a half a second into the play, and he looks like he's got his decision made. Let's see if he follows through with it. He's looking bottom side to either the slot receiver or the downside receiver. He lets it go. He let it go. He made his decision. This ball's coming out. Boom. Look at this throw here. So the throw, it looks like he's trying to throw a back shoulder throw to the receiver on the bottom side. Again, is this the right throw to make? I mean, he made his decision before the ball was snapped right here, right? Like he knew where he was going. He saw the motion, the matchup that he wanted. He knew the safety wasn't going to get over the top. And then he trusts his guy to make a play. You have an issue with that, Eric?
No, it was the right decision. Everything was covered. That single coverage on the outside. He throws a back shoulder. It's not a good throw. It's way outside. But other than that, I mean, it's fine. You just need a better throw to finish it. Again, maybe a little bit of touch, which he doesn't really do. But yeah, I think this ball was not. Maybe this was the one that was closer to the receiver. Now that I'm looking at, we'll have to take a look at the replay. Maybe this one might have been. He threw 2 back shoulders here. One was awful and one was okay. This one might have been the okay throw. So yeah, we'll just take a look. But again, I think that's he's looking at that all the way. That's what they want. Oh, that's the good one. Yeah. So yeah, he threw. Yeah, that's a good out route. He throws, like I said, he throws a good sideline ball. I'll give him that. He throws a really good out route for the most part. That's right. Yeah. That's a nice. That maybe a little on the inside shoulder, which you might not get away with as much in the NFL. But that's a good throw. Good hard. Yeah. That's the kind of throw that you don't want to put touch on, and he does a great job of just firing that out there. So yeah, I like that throw a lot. That's a big boy throw, as they say.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, 15 yards and in, throwing outside the hashes. He's good at. He can do that. I think it's just, are you going to consistently get the other plays that you want? All right, more motion. It looks like this is just your standard receiver motion coming to the other side of the formation. McCarthy is again in pistol. Now you got trips left. One receiver up top. It looks like Maryland's moved to they're still in their zone. There's a lot of holes there. Again, he throws what he's comfortable with. That's the out route. Right? He connects it. No issues. Receiver makes the play. Good ball. Good ball. I'm going to run it back real quick. Defense isn't doing anything special. It honestly doesn't even look like Maryland's trying that hard. I don't know if they're just not that good. I don't watch a lot of Maryland. Truthfully, I don't watch any Maryland. But, man, there is just nothing. Grant, Michigan's national champions, 10-0. I get it. But, man, that effort there, not loving that for Maryland. All right, pistol formation. McCarthy's looking to the left of his formation for his receivers. Takes a step. What is that throw there? What is that throw? You can see his feet get a little bit out of sorts on this throw. And to me, it kind of matches up with what his mind is doing on this play. You can see some hesitation in what he does, and then he decides to throw that ball anyway, and the ball is off target and short on that play. Boom. Fires it. That's a throw you got to make. 10 times out of 10. You got to make that throw because that's an easy throw. And we just saw him make a harder throw. Now, he's yelling at his receiver on this play. Not sure what he wanted there, but don't love that series there or that play. Next play, McCarthy's back. Again, delivering the ball that he likes. I think almost every completion he had this game, guys, is that out route to the sidelines, about 10 yards or so, right?
Most, yeah. He had
far,
he didn't do much at all. I mean, everything over the middle was pretty much a disaster.
We're about to see that.
Yeah. But yeah, his like I said, it was a really good out route. Really, he's got a good strong arm. I don't know. It's not going to be, a wow arm, but he's not going to have a problem making throws in the NFL. Tough throws. It's just it's the touch that he needs really to work on.
There's another out.
That's a good job there getting to a second read though. You didn't see a lot of that from him in this game. Going through progressions, this one he did. He had a couple of guys that he went through before he hit that guy. I like that. This is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. This is as bad as it.
Oh,
no, it's not even this.
Anybody listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you have here, we'll give it back. So here you go. So Maryland's rushing 3. Nobody's open. He's going through his progressions. The defensive end comes off. McCarthy jukes him out of his boots and then decides to throw across his body and late and behind to a receiver in the back of the end zone that is nowhere close to open on second down, right?
No, that was
that
first
down?
down.
This is now second down.
That's what I was about
this
to
is
say.
The kind of stuff
again on first down.
Yeah, that'll get you out of the NFL quick. Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
So you would think that was bad, but I think the next play is even worse. Can we just go to the next play?
We just want to see the bad stuff.
No, I just you have to see. I mean, you saw him just throw it across the body in the triple coverage in the end zone, and you would think, oh man, he probably would be careful about throwing the ball in the middle of the end zone. Not really. Yeah, it looked pretty.
Yeah, there is zero hope of completing that ball when he lets it go.
Again, it's another missile too. It's just throwing a
Maryland.
fastball.
I mean, that's the second interception Maryland should have had in this game. That was Yep, there we go. Similar formation. He fires the ball over the middle, and it's picked off. Holy cow! They picked that off. The receiver was wide open in the back of the end zone, and it got picked off at the front of the end zone by the Maryland linebacker there.
No touch on the ball. He just tried to fire it in there.
No touch on the ball. He was looking at the receiver the entire time. Didn't even try to manipulate that linebacker, and he basically just threw it right to him. He throws it right to him.
And
look at his head. Look at the stripes. Never moved.
Didn't even move.
That ball could have been picked twice, probably.
Well, and something else
behind the linebacker,
his windup is a little funky, isn't it? When he throws that ball, it comes up from his waist over top. So, all right, let's watch one more, and then we'll switch over to the next quarterback, which would be Drake Maye. Look at this. So they're at the 45-yard line. Another out. That's what he completes, guys. Another out.
Yeah. So, and that's his bread and butter. That's what's going to get him in the league, and he's going to have to do a lot of that early on. Like I said, with him, it's all about, he's probably going to need to sit and learn. If he's a day one starter, it's going to be a rough rookie year, unless he's got a really patient coach who likes to throw out routes. because he throws good out routes. He does, but the over the middle stuff is tough. There was later in the game, there was a deep ball that he threw that was just awful. It was a deep, I think it was a post just over the middle, and he was just behind the guy again because he tried to throw it hard instead of just putting air under it. So that's something he's really going to work on going into the league.
Obviously, the most we'll see it in the next 3 videos, but he's not mobile like at all compared to the other 3. His mobility, his scrambling, his pocket movement, it's just not there. You saw it on the one read option that they ran. It just wasn't smooth. Like there's something to like, but in my opinion, if I'm looking for a quarterback, I'm not drafting McCarthy in the first round. I feel like based on like even with what Eric said about having him sit, if I'm drafting the first round quarterback, nowadays they don't sit anymore. They probably should, but they don't sit. So the fact that Eric even says that kind of has me leaning like he's not a first round quarterback. I'm really surprised that he jumped up the charts the way he jumped up, but I don't think I could personally rank him higher than Nix or Penix. And that I'm just saying, based on what I've seen from him, I cannot rank him higher than Penix or Nix.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna just reiterate that this is the only game that I really sat down and watched. So I don't. He could have looked great in other games. This particular game, it didn't show me a lot against Maryland, who I don't think was that great of a team. Sorry, Mike. But I mean, they just the level of competition he should have. I would think he would make better throws. He would play better against a team like Maryland, but I could be wrong, and I'll watch more as the season progresses because I'm interested now. I'm just curious because a lot of people are really high on him.
Yeah, the only other game I've seen is the game that I guess the game that kind of put him on the map with everybody, and that's the national championship. And he did look much better in that game compared to Maryland, but you still see some of the same things: the lack of mobility, the decision making. There were a couple of plays in the national championship game like, bruh, like, what are you doing? You don't need to take that throw at this time. So yeah, like if I had a second or third round pick and I got let's say Washington finished like in the mid pack and they weren't drafting a quarterback, they were going to roll with Howell next season, I would draft a McCarthy in the third or second round. But spending the first one on him, nah. Especially not the second overall pick. And that's no disrespect to him at all. He's just not worth it. It's just being honest.
Yeah. I think there's some tools there. I don't think you see enough tools to justify him going in the top 10 like he's currently being projected, at least from what we can see with our amateur eye. So I like McCarthy a lot. I watch a lot of his games. You do see a lot of the same things, but he gets away with it against other teams, right? And what happened in the national championship game is a little bit excusable because of the level of competition. But when it happens against Maryland, it's like, come on, bro. We can't have that. All right. We're going to move on to Drake Maye versus Miami, okay? And we shall see what he does here. All right.
This game is interesting.
Yeah.
Because he was under a lot of pressure in this game. He was under a lot of pressure in this game. So this is a good outing to watch for him.
Yeah, let's see what he does. Number 10, Drake Maye. And I in watching this game, I like it because it really kind of illustrates what I think some of the criticism is of him, and then some of what the strengths are for him. So we're gonna watch probably about 8 minutes of this video. Again, you can find these things on YouTube. So starting out the game, it's 1st and 10. I think this is the first possession for North Carolina. They're 5-0. Miami's 4-1. North Carolina's 12th ranked. Miami's 25th. Whew, very different offense here. Okay, they have 3 receivers, a slot guy. They have another, I believe that's a split in over there on the upper side of the formation. 1 running back. They don't quite use as much motion as Michigan did to get the formation set. And this play, of course, he puts him in motion. The receiver comes across to the other end of the formation, goes to the top side. Maye takes the snap, and then he immediately looks for the receiver on the outside. Now, at this point in time, Is he doing the right thing in your opinion, Eric? Because you do have a rusher coming off of the edge.
So, yeah, I think his first look is the guy that's a little bit behind the line of scrimmage at the top of the screen. I don't think that's where he ends up going. And I think the rusher in his face affects the throw a little bit. This throw is terrible, though, the one that he does make. But I think, yeah, his first look is going to be the guy that looks to be open behind the rusher. I just maybe think Maye doesn't want to try to drop it over the rusher's head. And then if this is the wrong play, then I'll take the L. But I think this is the one where he tries to check it down to the running back, doesn't get his feet set at all, and the ball just like kind of bounces. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He doesn't see this blitz coming either whatsoever. And maybe Miami just does a good job of disguising it, but he doesn't see it coming. This blitz is almost on him. And he does a good job of
rusher.
getting rid of
he's
it.
got a yeah. So there it is. So this is the play. Yeah, he tries to hit the
Yeah.
It's something
And
we're
then
going to
just
see
sail.
throughout this game with the blitzes from Miami. They did a great job on blitzing him. And I like the way he handled it. We'll see throughout the video.
Yeah.
Second,
Like I said, that was just a bad throw. Didn't get his feet set, and
Yeah.
it was almost a lateral. So the back had to pick it up. There's another bad throw.
now this, no excuse for this one.
Yeah, it just doesn't get
I
his
mean,
feet
the last
up.
one you had pressure in your face. This is 2nd and 10. Yeah. One thing I noticed about watching Maye, if you're watching this on video, he does this all the time. His feet are square to each other. And then you get the throws where he's short hopping the ball and he's not stepping into the throw. He's just squaring his feet towards the line of scrimmage and then throwing the ball with his arm and his arm only. Now, 3rd down. So 2 bad throws in a row to start the game. And 3rd down, look at this athleticism. He gives a little hezzy fake to the outside, cuts it back up the middle, and gains about 11 yards and slides down. You love to see that. He does not.
Most important part is the slide at the end. That's the most important part. He gets down.
Definitely so. Definitely so. He does not have elite athleticism, but he has highly effective athleticism at the quarterback position when it comes to running. All right, let me set up this play here. So he's got a couple receivers open already in the formation. He's looking to the right of the screen. There's pressure. There's pressure coming from both edges from Miami, and he gets rid of the ball. And he just throws it out of bounds. I think he's just throwing that away because of that immediate pressure. That was 2nd down and 3. All right.
Yeah, one
Next
thing
play.
about this offense. Sorry, one thing about this offense is everything is pre-snap. Like Maye knows where he's going with the ball before the snap, and he doesn't do a lot of post-snap stuff. So that's going to be a huge adjustment for him in the NFL. Like you saw that last play, you had guys open at the top of the screen. He wasn't even looking at him because his pre-snap read told him to go to his left or to his right, and that's just what he did.
Yep.
But if he had kind of hung in there, he had guys. But that's just not the offense that they run.
Right. Exactly. That's a great call out. You got trips left. He takes a snap. It looks like some guys are there, and then he caves into pressure.
And then disaster. It was such a bad throw.
Man, really just threw that up.
That's the hero ball.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. You can't play hero ball. And that was 3rd down. You're still on your side of the field.
Right.
And you know at this point that Miami's bringing pressure because they've done it on every play. The tackles are blocking next to nobody on his team. So you got to give him some grace for that. But at this point,
right in
recognize the play is over here. There's nothing to gain. And just take your L on this one. And he jumps as he's being spun around and just flings the ball out there to nobody. I think his intention was to throw it away, but you can't do this. So out of 5
the
plays
Miami
that we've
defender,
seen, there have been 2 disastrous throws.
Yeah, and the Miami defender really solved them. I'm sorry, Ali. I didn't mean to keep over talking you, but it's the complete opposite of McCarthy earlier in the game. He is not hitting the outside throws. And I wanted to ask Shad, do y'all think it's because of the pressure that Miami was bringing to him, or is it something that he typically struggles with?
Watch his feet. It'll tell you everything.
He's super inconsistent with his footwork, and that is his primary issue. That is not a good example of what he does normally because that's just the worst case scenario. But he's just so inconsistent with his mechanics right now that the out routes are definitely going to suffer.
And it's when you're inconsistent with your mechanics and you're inconsistent with your decision making that makes for a really bad scenario in the NFL. So let's see what we got on this. I think this is one of those plays that is a really good one here. So he's got pressure to his right. He scrambles out. He sets himself up and gosh, hits it in a honey hole going down the sidelines for a gigantic gain. You still see the same, like, the problem is this is a play under pressure. He's scrambling. He throws the ball. His feet are square to line of scrimmage and all that stuff. But he looks the same when he's throwing from the pocket sometimes. And that's the issue here. So on the next play that we see, he had a back out on a swing route. He hits him. Good. It's a good enough throw. The back had to jump to get it. Don't love that, but he made the right throw there. All right, 2nd and 6 is this next play. Little read option there. Pump fake to the outside. He's in the pocket. He sees nothing's open. He takes off running. You can do this all day.
Here we go.
You never go broke taking a profit, right?
And then you get out of bounds. You avoid the big hit. Love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely love the stuff with his legs so far. I mean, could he have gotten more? Yes, but that's not what he does. All right, so
more important to make it to the next play.
Exactly, live to play another down, right? They're in the red zone here. Let's see who's got pump fake. Moves outside the pocket. Still got the ball out there hanging, kind of dangerous. Don't love that, and then he didn't get a yard. Of course, there's a penalty. I like to see him be more decisive once he gets past that point where he can throw the football. Looks like he's still sort of just casually going down the field. So don't love that. But 2nd and goal. Let's see. They're on the left hash. Tight end comes in motion. Now you got 3 receivers to the top of your screen, or 3 options top of the screen. Little half-hearted read option. Boom. What is this throw? Oh, mercy. You got a problem with that throw, fellas?
Put it out a little too far in front of him. Again, probably a mechanics issue. The receiver may have been getting held up a little bit too. It was really good coverage. Yeah. It was the right throw to make. Just wasn't a great throw.
Yeah, the thing I like about it, though, is he put some touch on the throw that receiver could run under it, where we didn't see that with McCarthy. All right. Sorry, we missed this play. This is a touchdown play.
Nice
they're
slant.
still in that red zone.
I think it was
boom, slant, waits for him to come open. Boom. See, and going back to the McCarthy the tape, Maye was patient enough for that route to be open to throw it, where McCarthy just let it fly as soon as he saw it off the line. See, that's a significant difference there. Beautiful throw.
Yeah, this is one of the few plays where he had time too. He actually had a little bit of time to throw, and he made a good throw. There we go. That's bad. Again, that's just the pressure eating him alive. There's
here's a play
place
that you can't live with, right? You're backed up in your own end zone. I think the ball starts on the 3-yard line, and he drops back into the end zone. He's got 1 foot in the end zone. The ball is in the end zone itself. He does not sense the pressure whatsoever, and I think that's a recurring theme in this game.
Well,
he doesn't sense the pressure coming off the.
The pressure was on. I mean, the pressure was really quick on him. Look at the play design. That's a Bieniemy special right there. Everybody's running downfield. It's a slow developing. He's got him dropping back. Yeah. That's a bad play call. There's 0 blocking on it. He didn't have a chance on this play. I don't know that it's not sensing the pressure. It's just there's no place to go right now.
So
there are other plays where he maybe doesn't sense the pressure, but this one I don't think is one of them.
You can't. So going read option backed up against your own end zone and then having long developing routes is a problem because you're setting your quarterback up for failure, no doubt, especially when none of your tackles can block. It looks like the interior of their O-line is pretty decent, but these tackles look like some straight trash. But what I would like for him to do was to feel this rush coming from behind him here and do something else than that. He got clobbered, and I think it's a safety. You got to feel it. Oh, he fumbled the ball actually in his own end zone.
Yeah, he got it.
It was either going to be a safety or a fumble because look at that. Look at the left side. What is that?
Look at the back completely whiffs on the defensive end. It's just awful. He's just hitting his back foot when the defensive end is on him. I can't put this one on Maye because this is just atrocious protection, bad play call. Just nothing worked. Good job by the tight end picking up the pass, but make up for missing that block.
And he was going to launch that.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was going to launch that ball. Yeah,
I don't know
Yeah,
how
because
you
he's
could
nobody short of him.
fault him for not having pocket presence on that play because it
You might be right.
it happened so fast.
It did.
There's another
did.
play I think in this drive where it kind of happened again. Like the rush was just like I said, Miami did a great job with the pressure in this game, and I really like so far.
Yeah.
You can tell, if anything, that Maye can handle pressure, and it won't affect this game too much. The boy been getting hit a lot so far in this video.
Yeah,
and
this is a good.
He's still like making okay so throws, and you'll see later on, like he actually started making bigger throws as the game went on.
Yeah, this is, as we were talking about earlier, this is a good job on an out route on this play. He actually does a really nice job getting the ball out, getting in the right spot.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And risk consistency.
His mechanics probably was good on that one.
It's just consistency with his footwork and his mechanics. Yep.
3rd and 3 fits in the window. See, when he can make a quick decision and get rid of the ball, he's pretty money. Money. Now he had a good throwing lane on that play, but let's see. I mean, some of these long developing plays aren't so great. But here, okay, pressure's coming. He feels it. He cuts it up inside. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Just get sacked.
Yep.
No place to go with the ball.
You'd love to see him use a little bit more of his athleticism. I think he could have gotten away from that if he committed to running a little bit more there. That's my personal, gets his screen off. I think we saw Sam Howell do this year, and this works in college, but I think in the NFL that's a bad play sometimes. Now, I do appreciate him getting the ball off though in that scenario, but that didn't look good. Okay, all right, he is taking the snap out of pistol pressure. Oh my God!
Yeah, he had no chance on that play.
Now.
And this is the play I've been thinking about the whole video.
To be fair, look where this rusher's coming from. I just like him to see it a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. Like, this rusher's coming from the secondary. Unblocked, though. I mean, that's not – the line's got to do something. But look where he's coming from. He's like 10 yards off the ball. He's coming. Maye doesn't even see it at all.
It's because it's fast. But, I mean, like – It depends on I don't know how they call their protections. Is it Maye's job to see that beforehand and slide it? It looked like they were just blocking 5 guys and sending everybody else out. So if you send more guys than they can block, then, that's just what's going to happen. And really, I mean, this dude's coming right up. But there's no place to go with the ball either. Like, it's just Miami just owned that play.
It was a perfect call at the perfect time. And honestly, like if you want to credit Maye for something,
I just want to see him.
He protected the ball.
I'd love to see him just move. And I know I'm being overly critical. I would just love to see him just see it and then boot outright. But like looking at this play, to Eric's point, I just want to see if anybody's open at all. But nobody's even looking at the quarterback. But I mean, nobody's even done the first part of their route stuff. Like these guys are still every receiver is at least 8 yards off the ball and still running at this point in the play. The safety that walked down is about 2 yards from hitting Maye right now, and there's nothing he probably knows his safety's faster than he is. So if he tries to boot right, that safety's probably chasing him down. He can't spin left. Yeah, you're right. I think this is just a play. Again, would I like to see it sooner? Yes. But I don't know that there's all that much he could do differently here. So
yeah, you just give credit to Miami on this play. That was just a great play call, great execution.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. Next play in our set. 4th and 25 on their own 20. Why are they going for this? Oh, sorry. You're right. Yeah, 1st and 10. He takes a little scoot slide, I guess, or no gain. Didn't really see what happened on that play, but all right. So by the way, Miami is playing a zone. It looks like, generally speaking, maybe some match coverage underneath, but that's a bad throw. So what I haven't seen yet are plays that are just kind of wild plays, and I know this might it's just one game, and we've only watched a couple of plays, but
there's a wild play. Yeah, there's a really nice throw later on.
Yeah. That ball should be the ball he just threw over the middle, which was about a 9.5 yard pass. That ball should have been caught by that receiver there. There was a penalty on the play. All right, more play action read option. His feet are getting a little antsy in the pocket. He doesn't see it. He tries to run to the outside, picks up a first down. Pretty good job there. All right, now they're going back to the huddle. All right, let's see. I haven't seen him under center yet at all, by the way. All right, another receiver in motion.
Nothing under center.
Formation. Maye gets the snap. Looks like Miami's got a blitzer coming from the top side. They don't really hide these blitzes, by the way. He gets rid of the ball. It's behind the receiver. You got to put that in front of him. Good play by the defense, but you like to see that ball put out a little bit more in front of him. All right. Miami does do an excellent job in this game, though. Now, here's a good play in rhythm. Like we said, right? When he can catch that ball and throw it, he's good as anybody. Getting it outside, right where it needs to be. Receiver makes a catch, 6-yard gain. We're moving the chains. Or not moving the chains, but we're moving the football down the field. Takes a snap. Look at this. Mechanics were bad from the start. He tried to Tim Tebow a pass out there. Probably shouldn't have thrown it. Defender knocks it down. Bad ball. Bad decision. Next play, drops back in the pocket, sets his feet, out route, good to go. And this is a 2-minute offense too, because it's 1 minute 18 seconds left in the second quarter. So all these are going to be quick routes. Julian Spigot, Maye sees it. What in God's name was that? Holy cow! What just happened there, fellas?
Consistency. You've got to fix that.
Yeah. For those that are listening, that was a ball that was almost picked off over the middle. He missed his receiver by 6 yards on a little in cut. Again, the receiver looks like he thought he got interfered with. Yeah, threw it short. Stops the clock. All right, now we're into the third quarter. Maye drops back. Boom.
Oh, this throw is nice.
Looks like he couldn't. Woo! Right over the defender.
Ball right there. Yeah, that's a beautiful throw.
If you notice, it's the second half. So when I'm watching, I'm like, man, this ain't it right here. Then I saw the first throw of the second half. I'm like, oh, okay.
Another dud. So here's something that we're seeing pretty consistently. Throwing outside to his left, outside the hash, has been really inconsistent. And then he just takes a long time to make a decision and gets sacked for a big loss there. So you'd like to see. So what I'm going to watch from here forward, and the rest of the clips we're going to watch, is his decision-making going to his left side, right, on some of these out routes. Now, he threw a couple good out routes to the left earlier in the game, but this, I'm not sure what's going on here. So he got some pressure. He's shuffling sideways. He's looking for that option. He didn't come off his number one read. That's what it looked like to me. Come off.
Yeah, again, it comes back to the post-snap processing on this. He just doesn't have to diagnose coverages after the snap, or he's not used to doing it. They don't require it of him in this offense. So that's something to really watch in the NFL, because you're clearly going to have to do that there.
He is missing a crap ton of throws in this game, and they all are when his footwork is sloppy and his decision-making is late. But he is really missing some throws you expect an NFL quarterback to make. I think he was just spiking that one on the ground there because of the rush. But here we go again. Got some rush, pulls it down, makes a decision, tries to get rid of the ball. It looks like Miami wants intentional grounding, which they got. Yeah, he's got to learn to take a sack sometimes. I think that's what I'm seeing here from a decision-making standpoint. Just take a sack. So, all right, let's watch a couple more plays here. We saw that one really beautiful throw. Two beautiful throws. So one when he was scrambling left and threw it off platform to that receiver down the sideline for a big game, and that touchdown that defender's hand was just spectacular. But then mixed in with that, there's a lot of just really bad balls that are inexcusable. And on top of that, the offense is just, look at this holding. that tackle needs to just be given his walking papers like tomorrow. That's bad.
Yeah, he is not having a good game.
Let's go 2 more plays. They're just outside the red zone. Maye is looking. He's got some time. Finally, he steps into the throw. Money. And this guy's probably going to – good play. He had time. Be able to step into it all the way because some of the late pressure. But it's a good ball, man. His arm is on display there, and the fans are eating it up. There we go. Maybe back. So I think this is just a replay of the play. He puts it in between top, which was dumb. I don't know why he did that, but still a good ball. All right, we'll finish up with this one. Maye throws it deep. It looks like he let that ball go a little earlier than he wanted to because of the pressure, and he just floated it up, and it was near nobody, well behind the receiver. Let's look at this again. We're going to run it back with one that safety will just drift way high. Just saw. Look at this. So he steps into it. Boom. Took a little hitch step. Let's see if he gets all his follow through in this here. I don't know why he threw this so high. The defender was jumping, I guess you could say. One of the backers was coming. He tried to get over top of them, but this is just a horrible throw. I think he was trying to go back shoulder too. We saw Terry McLaurin make a catch like that against the Chargers a couple. All right, I lied. One more play here.
Yeah. So the one thing I'll say on that throw is that he did put it out of bounds at least. So a horrible throw would have been throwing that throw and having it land in bounds where it can be intercepted. So at least he missed it out of bounds. It's just a great individual play by the tight end.
I think a better
play
caller can get more out of me than the Tar Heels offensive coordinator, who was in his first year. He's in his first years, but it felt like the scheme, at least in this game, was not doing Maye any favors at all.
Yeah, I mean, this is an air raid scheme, and it's very simplistic. It's basically just throw it to who's open. But if a team, clearly the Hurricanes defense is really athletic, and that's kind of the best solution for solving the air raid offense is just have a super athletic defense that can get places fast. This defense gave Carolina a lot of problems, but they still put up 35 points.
Right.
Yeah. So, and May's interesting because I would feel okay with Maye coming to DC with Cliff Kingsbury. If I'm like Sean Payton, I don't want Maye because he's going to be a big adjustment to a really complex offense in the NFL. Somebody who can simplify it, who's got a really good track record with young quarterbacks like Kingsbury. Not that Sean Payton doesn't have a good track record with quarterbacks, but developing, I think he's not a quarterback. I don't think Maye, again, is another one that's going to hit the ground running in a complex offense. You're going to have to really simplify things, at least to start with him. I feel better with Kingsbury doing that than I would with somebody who, run the more detailed oriented offense, I guess.
Yeah, kind of like John Gruden back in the day. Like he was not good with young quarterbacks because it was so complex.
Yep.
We're going to jump into Jayden Daniels. Let's see. This is a 4-minute video against Alabama. This is all the throws that he made. Top tier competition. Let's see what Jayden Daniels is able to do here. I'll make this full screen. All right, first play that we see. Looks like they got 4 receivers out on a route. Daniels was looking high side at first. Well, as you see, he pats the ball, moves around, nothing there. He didn't actually throw the ball. So whoever made this cut up lied to me. But he takes what he can get there. I can dig that. Nothing wrong there. Next play. One thing I notice about him is look how low he sinks in his drop at the top of the drop. Like he really drops down and comes back up. I've never seen that before. It's like he goes from 6'5" to 5'11", and then he darts something to the outside.
And
that's a beautiful throw, right? I mean, it's
a good throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of his
with him,
he slouched down a little. Well, not slouched down, but he compacts himself before he throws it sometimes.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
Yeah, so what I think that has a lot to do with, and it's good for him, it's probably something he developed, but it's compensating because his arm isn't as strong as somebody like Maye's or Caleb Williams, so he compensates by using his legs more and better. So I think that sinking action probably lets him get more zip on his ball. Just a hunch, though.
Almost like a jump shot even, right? So
yeah, because
We got a deep ball, wide open receiver.
Yep.
I mean, put it on the money. There was no defender within 7 yards of that receiver.
And he had all day to throw too. It's crazy.
Like,
look at the difference between this and Maye. Like the time that he has against a really good defense versus what Maye had.
But every throw so far we've seen has been a good throw, and it's been where it's supposed to be. Yeah, please get down.
That's the RG3 thing that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago. Like that, that's so hard to fix. Guys who don't slide in college usually don't slide in the NFL. So he takes way too many hits. That's a big deal.
He's the only quarterback in my notes that I wrote needs to learn how to get down quickly.
Yeah. You see it several times in this
game.
Now look at his throw here. Big old hits.
Now look at what he turned down to make this throw. You see this receiver at the top side of the screen, wide open. He's going down the field. And honestly, if I have Malik Neighbors, I believe that's who that is.
Yeah.
But it's Malik Neighbors, right? I think that's who that is. I don't have an issue with you giving him a chance. I didn't see what the down and distance was. And honestly, the ball's there. Neighbors should make a better play on the ball. He shouldn't make this throw. Let me be clear. But if you have a special receiver, I don't fault you all the time because you do see that in the NFL sometimes, like Brown with the Eagles. It happens. But there was a better option to take underneath that you probably want him to do. I like LSU's offense much better than what we've seen from these other two quarterbacks, by the way. Good throws.
There's a lot more post-snap reads. A lot more, it's a lot more complex stuff. That you got to get that outside. That's a dangerous throw. He had some similar issues to Maye too, where there's just some throws that he just missed.
Yeah,
and this is another one. Again, it's a good play. I don't think he gets killed, but he does. Like he's gone once he leaves the pocket, he's running, and he needs to keep his eyes downfield. I guarantee there's more there in the past. This one he does a little bit better job. This is like the only example. Yeah, the only example of this game where he actually keeps his eyes downfield. Every other time, he basically is just running every time he leaves the pocket. Yeah. So this is another thing, like with Maye, the inconsistent feed, he just misses. And he does that several times here too. And then again, gets killed. Just gets tries to take off, waits too long to take off, and gets murdered. Yeah.
Oh man, that you don't see quarterbacks taking hits like that.
Yeah,
but again,
that was a weird play.
Number 10 for the Redskins. That's who you saw taking hits like that, man.
I do love how he goes through his progressions. We haven't seen that from the other quarterbacks that we've watched.
No, not at all. This is some of these throws are great. He's getting to his second and third guy. That's really, really good work.
Yeah. Look at this. Now he's on his third receiver. Boom. Coming across the middle.
That's a great check down.
Big game.
That's probably the most NFL caliber throw he makes this entire game. It's boring.
He's missing
again, see, it's another miss. Yeah. Again, it's the footwork. Feet aren't set. That's a hit because he got his feet right.
This is a decision to run.
That's a design run.
He gets away with this here, but I'm not so certain he gets away with that one in the end.
Yeah. That was I think that was a design run.
It was. Yeah, that's when I wrote down like he needs to get down quicker.
Yeah, this is another one where he takes a huge hit. Again, eyes aren't downfield. He just takes off and he just gets blasted here. Gets a horse collar and then blasted. Yeah, you can't do that, man. Yeah. You're not going to last in the NFL doing that stuff.
Yeah. Now look, at this point, get out of the pocket, bro. Like it's not there.
It's a good job. This is a good job running.
Yeah. Now
again, just a little smarter. He gets out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so he's in the pocket, going through his progressions again, hits a dart. Now, in the NFL, is that I don't fault him for that throw in college. We'll see if he gets that in the NFL. Boom, right to the receiver. I mean, again, considering the competition level too, I like what I'm seeing here. Now he gets it right to the hands of his back. The play's blown up already, but at least he's throwing it to his belly. On this play, he turns down the check down, and he's going to end up running himself. He gets more yards. I think in the NFL, though, you probably just want to throw that check down to the back, and let it go. So here's a play.
This is a beautiful,
kind of messy near his
gorgeous. Feet. Oh no, that's not this one.
Smoke.
Yeah, that is the play. Yeah,
that was a ball.
Yeah, that was a great throw. That's a beautiful throw. Again, takes another giant hit.
Don't do it. Yeah,
you can't. You're going to get yourself killed.
This was
his escapability is A1.
Yeah, again, he's running. Yeah, it's just he's running. Another big hit. Yeah, gets clobbered.
Yeah.
But you think about how much more dangerous he'll be if there's a threat of like if the defense knows he's not going to run or doesn't know that he's going to run. Like if there's even an option, but right now he's running if he's outside the pocket. So we need to fix that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say
pressure,
something.
He's gone. Yeah.
That might be controversial.
He's a gazelle when he runs. Yeah.
I'm gonna say something that may be controversial, but like, let's keep it a buck. He's a better passer than Lamar Jackson coming out of college.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like better it's passer. Not even close.
100%. Yeah.
And that alone with his scrambling ability, I can see why he shot up the boards. Because I remember before the season started, this man was not a first-round quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody might say, "Yeah, I had him at the top of my board." No, he was a third-round, second-round quarterback entering the season. And then
very similar to Joe Burrow when his senior year at LSU, his last year at LSU. Very similar. Shot up the boards.
Similar to Josh Allen. He's a better passer than Josh Allen.
He's a much better passer than Allen.
Right. So, yeah. So, like, I say all that to say, like, I know we haven't watched Caleb Williams yet, but, man, if we can't get Caleb Williams, it's hard for me personally to turn down Daniels, knowing what I know about Drake Maye, and I guess Penix or whatever. Like, I feel like Daniels is the only other quarterback other than Williams that might be like an actual superstar.
I'm with you. I like it. I mean, Drake Maye I'm
not as sold on Daniels. So you're 100% right. He's a much better passer coming out than Lamar Jackson was. He's nowhere near the runner that Jackson is. And Jackson doesn't take hits like that. Jackson's a little sturdier to begin with, and he knows how to get down, and he's always been an effective runner in that way. Jayden Daniels running, to me, he's Robert Griffin III, and he's not going to last making runs like that. And so the other thing, and it's a weird thing to say for someone with his athletic ability, but his off-schedule ability to me is a real concern because it's a mindset thing. It's very difficult to learn how to just keep the pass alive for as long as possible before running. And Daniels hasn't shown that ability yet. To me, that's harder to fix than footwork. Like, obviously, Maye's footwork is atrocious, and we've seen that. But you can fix that just through repetition. It's just, a case of do you want to? Whereas Daniels, like, it's a mindset thing with Daniels where he doesn't slide and he doesn't keep his eyes downfield. It's a lot harder to fix that in the NFL. So those are my concerns. But again, he's a really good passer. He's almost like a better version of Penix, like a way more mobile version of Michael Penix, where he like on schedule, he's great. It's just when he goes off schedule, it's just, he's running. So that's going to be, in the NFL, you've got elite athletes and they know you're not going to throw it. So that's going to make it a little harder to get those 70-yard runs. So it's just something he's got to fix. It's something he's really got to work on. But I think he's going to be a good NFL quarterback, has the potential to be. If he can not get himself killed, he can be a really good NFL quarterback.
Yeah. And Anthony Richardson learned that the hard way his rookie year. You can't just run like he did in college. But, all right, this is Caleb Williams against Nevada, all 22s from September. So this is early on in this campaign. We'll watch a couple of these plays here. So let's start out with this. Paint the picture. No pressure on Caleb Williams. You got 4 receivers en route. Go ahead, Mike.
No, go ahead. You can run it. I'm sorry.
That's right. Caleb sees the open guy underneath, takes the throw. Good easy throw. Trusts his receiver to win on the route. He does, and then wins after the catch as well. Good play. All right. Next up. He's going to take – this is actually just a replay of that throw. So one thing you notice is how quickly Williams gets the ball out, right? When that ball hits his hand, it's coming out. His motion is so smooth throwing the football. Here's a play. He's dodging 3 rushers, stiff-arming them, and still somehow gets the ball off to a receiver down the field. I think this is one of those Sports Center plays. I mean, you could just see the players are hyped up about this. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, you can't. This is why he's number 1 overall. You cannot teach this. I mean, you saw Maye do something like this, but this is so on another level than that throw that Maye made off schedule. Like, that's just he's running to his right, falling out of bounds, and just throws a dot to a receiver.
And
really leads the receiver too down the field.
And that's the stuff that, because I remember earlier on somebody was like, he's Mahomes like, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, nobody's Mahomes like. That second play is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
The off schedule, not just avoiding the rush, but the precision on those passes on the move is just ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like I whenever I'd watch him before, I always thought Russell Wilson, like that was a Mahomes throw that he just made.
Yeah.
But the just kind of running around waiting for something like the backyard football stuff is very Russell Wilson-like to me, but the accuracy with being able to do that, that's what sets Williams apart and gets him in that Mahomes class, at least with that throw against UNLV. So
I liken it to Aaron Rodgers for me. So all right, here you got a little semi-fake to the back. He knows he threw this ball short. The receiver makes a play anyway.
No. That was the worst play fake I've ever seen, not going to lie.
It was 7 yards away from the guy. All right, straight drop back. He is letting this ball fly. The receiver wins. Maybe a little bit too much air under the ball, but I think the receiver gets there. Touchdown. I mean, you live with that. That's a throw you live with. Touchdown. It's a good throw. It's a good ball. It looked like he had too much air under it when he let it go, but I think the receiver got there. So, I mean, what do you do, man? This guy is so good. I don't even know what to say. Like,
it's a great throw.
It's Nevada. It's Nevada.
Again, having a bunch of time helps too. But yeah, it was a great throw. That's a tough throw to make. Like, it looks easy. That's a hard throw right there. Like, you're rolling to your right, throwing to your right, and you hit a guy in stride. That's not an easy throw. Good job holding on to the snap.
He handled the bad snap. He is poised in that pocket like no other. I mean, no other. So I like what I see. Let's see what we got in the next play. One back in the field. You got your two receivers up top, tight end split out, or at the end of the formation or line, excuse me. A ball up. This is what we haven't been able to do in DC for a very long time. And it looks like he didn't do it there either. So there's a little fade route to the left, a little play action fake to the back, and he's letting that ball go. Let's see what happens here. So the receiver's got his guy. Yeah, he's not that open, but he's open enough. It's one-on-one. You make that throw all day. Let's go. One of the things I like that I see is that, like, he is very good about adjusting his drop back depth for the throw that he wants to make based on the situation that's going on. Like, if you see this, boom, 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 I want to get the ball out. I'm here. His mechanics look good when he's throwing the ball. It's just, it wasn't in bounds. And that receiver's not really beating that defender very well to give him a place to throw the ball either. Next play, drops back, steps up in the pocket. His feet are always moving. He feels the rush. The defender got the ball out. But you can tell he's aware of the rush because he starts moving to his left, but he just got the ball swatted out of his hands. But that's one of those plays where he's always looking for something downfield to develop. And he's going to have to, deal with that a little bit differently in the NFL. So, next play. This is the same play. The defender comes around the edge, boom, knocks the ball out. Great play by the defender. I don't know how he rode that tackle. Yep. All right, next play. He's in the gun. There's a few receivers coming right across the middle on a slant, or you can call it a shallow post. Hits him in stride. Big play. Yards after catch. Almost every throw is led with or resulted in yards after the catch. Look at that. Sidearm a little bit, 3/4 angle, whatever you want to call it. Good butter. Good butter. Let's see. We got 3 receivers to the bottom side of your formation. And then he takes the check down to the back. Smart play. I mean, what is this guy doing wrong so far, in you guys' opinion? What is Caleb doing wrong?
Yeah, he's been good. Now, again, he's playing UNLV, but I mean, he played like this all year. This a really nice little touch screen pass, or swing. I guess it's a swing pass, not a screen. But yeah, I mean, he's playing a real solid game. I think he has a couple of dud throws. I know he throws a bad interception, but for the most part, I mean, he's just playing really well.
Yeah, just picking them apart, which I love. I mean, how long has it been since we had a quarterback that was just picking defenses apart? Like, this is awesome stuff. Let's see. He steps up in the pocket. He going through several different progressions.
Yeah.
Finds his guy.
I love seeing him go through progressions because most of the stuff he's doing this game is like half field reads, but there's a couple of examples like that one where he just gets through, 3 or 4 or 3 guys before he gets to his guy. Really nice job.
Good job by that
Yeah,
receiver
two
too,
people
finding that
open on
space.
that play.
Yeah, but he's drifting with an intention to throw, and he's one of those guys that as he's drifting, the ball is going to go where he intends it to go. Still, where you saw with some of the other quarterbacks we watched, when they get a little bit pressure, things get muddy at their feet. He's starting to spray the ball, But Caleb Williams doesn't do that. He can do it the way he needs to. Oh my goodness, what was that, sir?
Yeah, this
he
is one
threw
of
an
those
underhanded ball.
Yeah, it's one of those like arm angle throws that, if he completes it, it's amazing. But if he doesn't, it's awful. And that was awful.
This was a heat check.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
one of
a
those
good way
old
to put
referee
that.
tosses. Yeah.
Like, can I really get this in there?
Boom, receiver. Man. Just a good ball. I mean, that's an easy throw, especially for a guy like Caleb Williams on this play. Receiver beats his defender on an in-breaking route. Caleb Williams is patient, lets him win his route, and then just flings it over the middle. There's no safety help. There's no nothing. It's just an easy throw over the middle because the defender's bit on that play fake. Here we go. Play fake again. Looks like there's one receiver at the top of the route. He wins. Williams is hesitant to throw that ball. He's directing traffic. Receiver comes back. That's Madden playmaker mode right there. That's what that is. I think he could probably have thrown that ball on the top side of the screen on that post, but he decided not to. He got a decent play out of it. Feet are always moving. He's in position. He's always in a throwing position. There you go.
I don't think he ever saw the post.
Directing traffic. He didn't. He definitely didn't. No.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this guy's a cheat code. So, whatever. But we know he's great. But play fake here. Brings it all the way back to the other side and comes back to the original throw. Oh, man. That receiver didn't even need to turn around. The receiver was running backwards for a few seconds to catch that ball. I think he could have just caught it in stride and rolled out, but it's a good play nonetheless. But what a ball that was, man. What a ball.
The thing was on the roof.
All right. Yep. Play fake, coming back to see he switches his feet in a position to throw all the time. And look at how he threw that over top of three defenders to get there.
That catch was funny.
Goodness.
Yep. That's the touch throw that some of the other guys were missing. That's just a beautiful throw. Really good job.
Yeah. Here we go with this arm angle again. You saw Sam Howell try to do this, I think, against the Jets, if I'm not mistaken. Where he tried to throw that little swing pass to the back sidearm, and it didn't work out. Just love he has every tool that you could possibly need, but his offense also is supporting him as well. With some of the things that they're doing to get guys open. So now we're in the red zone. Let's look at decision making. He's staring down the top. He comes off that progression. I think he's on like number 4 now, number 5.
Just waiting for something. Yeah. And then he makes a beautiful throw. Guy comes open. The defense can't cover for 10 seconds. And if he's able to keep a play alive that long and keep his eyes downfield, you're gonna be successful.
And he's in the pocket for most of this down, and then he just gets out around. Because look at this, look at that throw. Oh my goodness, that's not average. So anybody that said he's not special, I dare to watch this film. Now it looks like it's supposed to be a wide receiver pass. They throw. Nevada covers it really well. So nothing there. All right, let's go about 3 more plays here with Caleb Williams, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, we got a play fake. Looks like it's a read option. He reads that end, and he throws a little screen pass. That's the same play, actually, but it's just covered well. There's not much you can do there.
Yeah,
They're winning 35-7. Yeah, they are. All right, now he's deep in the pocket. Let's see. Sets his feet. He resets, sets again, and then comes off. That's not a good decision right there.
That was like the one pass.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, that ain't good. But
it's one of those where there's just nothing there. If you look at the whole field, he doesn't really have anything open. You'd like to see him maybe get back to the line, maybe scramble with his legs. The good thing is, like, for the most part, he throws it. He looks like he may be trying to throw it away. The running back just tries to get a hand on it and deflects it up. It could have been a lot worse than that.
Yeah. I mean, everything is alive with him. every play is alive. There's no such thing as a dead play on this one. But I think, he's getting instant pressure. The back does a great job of picking up one of the rushers. That guard loses his matchup, and then he just gets rid of it. I got no issue with that. Just get rid of the ball. We are seeing him scramble a ton to his right, though. I want to see a couple plays if he goes to his left on some scrambles. Gets it out to the back, consistently throwing good passes underneath, taking the check down. So the check downs are generally on target. I think he had the one that was a little bit low, but just nothing super flawed here. He crossed his feet on that pass, but you see the rush coming. I think that QB school guy is going to ding him because he crossed his feet on that play. But I'm all right with it. All right. We'll finish up with this one. I know we're running a little bit long. Whatever happens here, we're going out with a bang, hopefully. They are winning 35-7, and they are at the 30-yard line. So Caleb Williams is in, looks like pistol again. Coming back. Let's find our options. Oh, this should be something deep. Oh, he runs. Okay. He scrambles. That was a horrible slide, but he did get down. He kind of just collapsed, like sliding forward. That was not beautiful like Drake Maye's was, but he got down. We'll take it. There's just not a lot of things to dislike about this guy's game. Could he have been a little bit more decisive about running? Yes, but whatever. He did it. He took off. We're good to go. Positive gain. Don't go broke taking a profit. All right. We are, I don't see down and distance. Same, looks like the same setup in the backfield. Boom, just comes out, throws a dart. We're done. I mean, it's close, right? So with all the guys that we've watched, to me, and again, small sample size because we're not watching every game that they put in, but I go Caleb Williams is like 1, right? And then I go Jayden Daniels as a 2, and I don't think it didn't look super close. The only thing that can bridge that gap a little bit is his escapability with Daniels. And then I think Drake Maye's right there for 2B, if you will, but we'll put him in 3. And then I think McCarthy's a distant 4 from those other guys, at least right now. Eric, how'd you see it?
Yeah, close. I mean, I think Maye and Daniels are close. It's tough to judge, especially Maye, because of the offense. It's very simplistic, not very NFL caliber, which is a knock against him, let's be honest, because like previous North Carolina quarterbacks haven't done well in the NFL yet. So you have to take that into consideration. But he has all the tools, and if he can get in a quarterback-friendly offense, I think he'll be successful. And Daniels, again, I like Daniels a lot. Daniels is a really good on-schedule quarterback. Obviously, he's an elite runner. He needs to protect himself, especially he's not the biggest guy. So that's a real concern for me, and that's why I put Maye a little bit above Daniels. But again, it's close in either guy. But I got to be honest, if Caleb's not there, the idea of trading down isn't terrible to me anymore. Just basically watching this, because I don't think either Daniels or Maye are not home run prospects. I don't think they're can't miss. There's definitely downsides to both of them. And if you think that if you can find somebody in free agency, Baker Mayfield's out there, somebody like that. Not that he's like my guy, but if you think you can get a vet in here to play some ball that can ball out for you for a year and hold it down, maybe you do move back and take like a McCarthy in the second round if he's there, or a Penix. It's hard to say, man. I didn't love McCarthy's tape. I'll watch more of him and see if my opinion changes. But yeah, so right now it would be Caleb Williams and then Maye and Daniels right together, and then JJ McCarthy a distant third. I think Penix to me is better than McCarthy personally, but that's just me.
Okay, I can dig it. Now, me, I'm not okay with passing. You take a guy at 2 and start your franchise clock from there. Mike, what do you think? How'd you have him situated?
Piggybacking off your last comment and E's last comment, I was thinking on the way home, I was like, man, if Washington won about 2-3 more games, Howell probably has a starting job next season, because there's no way I see this regime risking trading up to get a quarterback like Maye or Daniels when they have Howell on the roster already. But since we are at 2, I'm gonna say this until the draft's over. I'll take Williams, Daniels, or Maye feel like any of the three with Kingsbury, and that's the caveat here. It has to be with Kingsbury or another reputable offensive coordinator. I feel like that's just the way the NFL is moving right now. You can't just do it with the quarterback alone anymore. You need the quarterback. You need the play caller. I feel like Kingsbury can be that play caller, and I feel like Maye Daniels and certainly Caleb Williams can be that quarterback. So, like I said, I'm talking big three like I'm a Pearson and This Is Us. I'm ready to draft any of the three quarterbacks.
Good reference.
Yeah, that's a great reference. Eric, on the way out, Caleb Williams, is he worth trading up for to get to number one?
No, we have too many holes. We're not. If we're close to winning, then yes. But we have too many holes on this team. Stay at 2 or trade back.
All right, Mike, you trading up for one for Caleb Williams?
Nah, it's the same thing we said like with free agency last week. The position, the organization, the rosters in right now can't really swing too hard for the fences. Just got to get on base.
At the number 2 pick, I think you got to go all out, whether that's trading up or staying put and taking one of these elite prospects or really good prospects. I want to say elite, really good prospects. I think you got to get your guy, whoever Adam Peters thinks it is amongst those three, make it happen. I'm a huge JJ McCarthy fan. So if you're a fan of Michigan, listen, I love the guy. I just don't think I'm taking him in the top 10 in this draft. There's a lot of other things that you could do there. All right, so we have watched a little bit of film. Tell us what you think. Tell us your thoughts about what you saw on film in the comment section. As always, we'll go through, read those, interact with you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you do all of those things. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you next time. Commanders Declassified. We are out.